The book of Psalms, chapter 36, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, servant of the Lord. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. Verse 2. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. Verse 3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. Verse 4. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Call halal Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Waha Rachak, Daswakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwati, the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, it's an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the heathens' lands, looking like the heathen. I want to say shalom, shalom, who subscribe to this truth. Shalom. With that, this is Brother Yawasap out of GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And it's another lesson out of the book Mass Control, Engineering Human Consciousness by Jim Keith. I'm on chapter 19. And I told you, I guess these are case files on specific people that have actually witnessed or been a victim of these different experiments as far as mind control, MK Ultra, Monarch, these different government sanctioned programs. So I'm gonna jump right in. We're on page 154, chapter 19, and it says Katherine Sullivan. Katherine Sullivan speaks plainly, without hesitation, with a hint of a southern accent, offering a wealth of detail to flesh out an incredible story. As she speaks, one cannot help but wonder if what she says is a particularly twisted brand of science fiction, with the ease with which the woman answers questions put to her and her sense of sincerity is compelling. Finally, one fears that she is telling the truth. Sullivan says that she realized that something was terribly wrong when it became apparent that she did not have many childhood memories. Born in 1955, it was only in 1990, while in treatment for codependency with her daughter, that she began to have memories of sexual abuse and torture by her father, as well as experiences of cultic ritual abuse. Later, in a hospital in Dallas, Texas, Sullivan uncovered what she believes was another whole layer of programming. She began to remember being imprinted with CIA assassin programming, which she believes was inadvertently activated during the course of her therapy, causing her attempt to kill hospital nurses and staff. Sullivan says that memories of being programmed to become an assassin came back to her before she knew anything about the subject of intelligence agency mind control, and that her initial reaction was denial. Salakia, that made me think of a scripture. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 28. This is Proverbs 28:17. A man that doeth violence to the blood of any person shall fly to the pit. Let no man stay him. It says, evil man, this is Proverbs 28:5. Evil man understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. And, these are very evil men, you know what I mean? Like it was saying how, like I said, she didn't even realize that basically these people programmed her to be a silent assassin. And I've heard this woman's name before, but never went into her story in detail until today. Eventually, however, she says that she could deny her memories no longer. She finally had to admit to herself that she had been utilizing government mind control operations for 20 years. It makes you think about that movie, The Long Kiss Goodnight. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. During the years that followed, Sullivan remembered many more details of her programming. She came to believe that she had been victimized from the time she was 6 or 7 years old by members of the CIA, NSA, and other groups and individuals. And 9 times out of 10, somebody in her family or close related to her was affiliated or basically probably in one of these agencies or whatnot. I mean, it's like the spirit, because I was just talking to my demon, and basically we was going, and she told me I didn't know Brandy and Ray J are related to Snoop Dogg. And when you really follow the music industry, that's normally how it is. You know, like Jermaine Dupri, or, you know, the Jacksons, or most people that's in the entertainment industry, they have a family member or somebody closely related that either paved the way or was in the industry as well. You know, so it's not surprising that because people make it seem like it's so hard to believe, you know, how she gain access, or how would these people gain access to her. But, you know, you got people that grow up in covens and cults. You know, I think they did a report that says more covens and cults now than it was in the past. They just not speaking on them like that. And you could believe, and I could believe that just because due to the fact, you got to remember, it's more ungodliness as well. You got people right now, you got less people that believe in a higher power than ever before. It says, during the years that followed, Sullivan remembered many more details of her program, and she came to believe that, I read that, Salaki. According to Sullivan, her principal programmer was her father, an electrical, mechanical, and chemical engineer who worked for AT&T. And he probably, on the same side, worked for the government. Because when you go into Lester Crowley, and like I said, we just mentioned that Albert Pike, they work for the government as well, you know. She says that she was employed in overseas work for the CIA and had also worked as an interpreter in the infamous Operation Paperclip, transferal of Nazis to the U.S. He was also, according to Sullivan, the head of a satanic coven in Reading, Pennsylvania. She believes that her father had been programmed as a child and that her mother was definitely a multiple, in other words, a person who had been programmed to have multiple personalities. Sullivan has said that 2 older male relatives from my childhood were also involved with Dad in criminal black activities that included ritual murders and orgies attended by invited guests, kiddie pornography, film bestiality, black marketing of dismembered parts pickled in glass jars of formaldehyde, and more. And when you take time to think about this, you know, that's something that Esau was doing to Jake way back then. You know, how the brothers bring out how, you know, Esau would, you know, cut up with Jake and send pictures, or not just pictures, they'll send their body parts as Christmas gifts. That's what kind of history this satanic fucking holiday that you 2/3 Jake's about to worship. Watch this though. Watch how everything about to speed up once, you know, this YouTube thing get to cracking. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch how. Watch. I just went to the license bureau today. They was talking about 2020, October 2020, to get in any federal building or get on any plane, you gotta have a special kind of ID, and you can't get this ID. Now I'm asking the lady. I say, so what do that mean? I'm like, the kind of place that you know. I'm not telling her the whole truth, but what my point is, they like, you got to comply with what they're saying. I'm like, how the fuck? You know, that was like when it was the last time when they changed the whole little thing. Like, you got to have certain kind of, you couldn't just have a specific letter. You got to have something that came from child support or a bank statement. You know what I mean? You couldn't just have a random letter that was mailed to it. You know what I mean? Like, showing you how they about to start enacting all these draconian laws. And what people don't understand is when you go into that word draconian, it just mean, you know, military laws. You know what I mean? Everything is going to get more and more strict. Salaki, I'm about to stop there.